Let's go ahead, shall we? All right, so tonight we're going to talk about Market Like a Pro. We are on part 10. Can you guys believe that we're already on part 10? I feel like I just started doing this, but I've actually been doing this since August. So, Market Like a Pro part 10. And tonight we're talking about in person strategy, how to turn everyday conversations into bookings. Now, I feel like a lot of us skip this part. Can we all agree that when we first start out, this is normally one of the parts that we tend to learn last. Like we always get hit at first with, learning social media, making sure we set up our social platforms, all of that, right? But I feel like that's the one part we always skip. Now, give me one second here. Every time I do that, Zoom is not being user friendly tonight. That is for sure. Oh, I know why. Oh, okay. Goodness grief. It just wants to show me you guys. It doesn't want to show me the screen. What is going on? Thank you. All right. Now, as we were. All right. So let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? So, one thing I want to tell you guys that's kind of been the biggest change in my business, especially lately, is that marketing has to be intentional. How many of you guys feel right now that your marketing is scattered? Your marketing's kind of already kind of like over the place, just kind of not in order. So, if you really, really want to kind of take it to a new level when it comes to that, you guys have to. Zoom has checked out for the holidays. Absolutely. Um, Oh yeah, no, it's okay. So I just opened the chat. So yeah, you guys are gonna realize, and like when you guys first start out, a lot of the times you kind of feel all over the place. But as you grow and as you learn, you tend to put it in order. And right at the part where I'm at now in marketing, I realized everything that I have to do is intentional. Everything that I post, everything that I talk about, anything that is on either my personal page or even business pages, whatever, it has to have a purpose and it has to serve my audience. So before I do something, I literally ask myself, does this serve my audience? Will it reach the purpose of what I'm trying to obtain? And that has really kind of changed it. Yeah, you're fine, Desiree. That has really kind of changed the game. For example, just last week, I went viral on a post because I decided, you know what? I'm going to go in and I'm going to redo my TikTok and I'm going to completely niche down. I mean, all the way niche down. And when I completely niche down just from one post, I'm sitting at over like 60 plus thousand views. I've gotten over roughly about almost 30 inquiries that I'm working on. And I'm kind of going through because it was a lot at once. But it just kind of shows you, like, I'm not trying to brag or anything. I just want to show you that when you realize what that purpose is and then you really start to niche down all the way and just make it about that specific niche, you guys can really kind of unlock that potential, right? Now, when I say that, I know tonight it's about marketing in person, but I want you to understand that it kind of goes all hand in hand. Because even if I go market in person, if I don't have nothing for them to see online, it's not going to complete the circle, right? It's still a missing component. So make sure that it goes all the way through. Because if you're marketing in person, guess what the first thing that they're going to do when you walk away? They go look you up on social media, right? So that's what we do, right? When we go immediately, we're going to go look on TikTok, we're going to go look somewhere. So make sure you guys have that set up too, okay? Now, let's move to marketing in person. So, you guys don't even realize it, but a lot of the times you are already marketing your business just by leaving your house. How many of you guys have ever had a conversation in person about your business? I mean, some of you guys have been here for a while, but for even my newbies too. Um, how many of you guys currently ever market in person? Is there anybody here, or is that all just something you guys are kind of interested in? It could be really overwhelming in the beginning if you don't stick to one specific niche. Yes, it can, Brittany. I agree. I already have. Yes. Okay. So a lot of this times, like when we start doing this, do we all feel like it's kind of accidental, right? Like it's just something that we kind of fall into. I rarely leave my house too. But what I realized is that I used to make it way harder than it had to be. I just was actually at Kroger a couple of days ago and I was checking out. And there was a guy, and he was complaining about how he had to work for 7 hours on his feet at the grocery store. And you know what I said to him? Just straight up. I focused on confidence, not on sales pressure. And yeah, that's team building, but still, it's a part of our business, right? So I was immediately like, well, you could be doing that, or you could be at home selling travel. And he goes, what? Selling travel? And then I kind of pulled it in and I told him, oh, yeah, just go follow me on my YouTube channel. I'm a mentor and I also sell travel. He's like, oh, that's amazing. Immediately pulled up my YouTube. He followed me on there. That's a connection, right? That's intentional marketing because I saw that. I felt the confidence like, listen, that's what you do. Okay, well, that sucks. Let me show you what I do. And I can teach you how to do it. That is what it's intentional marketing. And that's kind of what we're going to be talking tonight because you guys have to be able to kind of get that confidence going. And you're like, all right, let's go. Like, I'm meant to do that. I know what I'm doing. Right. So that's exactly what we're going to cover tonight. So let's dive in, shall we? The first part of this, in order to be able to do this, guys, is that you have to have that mindset shift. Okay. Let me open the chat. You recognized his problem and gave him solution. Yes, exactly. So you guys have to shift that mindset. And even that goes to, what Sean said. I saw his problem, I gave him a solution. That's kind of the same mindset, even when we're talking about our business, too, right? If we see somebody who wants to plan travel, we need to offer them a solution for that, right? If you never could, yeah, you never know. You can be changing somebody's life. Yeah. No, he was probably shocked, especially when he pulled up my YouTube. And I haven't gotten used to the fact that I'm a YouTuber now. So that's something I've been trying to say. And that kind of helped a little bit too, right? I was like, oh yeah, check out that YouTube. It's there, it's built, right? So that kind of gave me a little bit more motivation to say it. But I want to say that it's the positioning that really kind of helps us when it comes to that mindset. We have to get out of the habit of we're travel advisors and you're here to just book with us because we can book you a deal or book you this or book you that. No, that's not it. You guys have to start positioning and putting that mindset that you are the expert, that they need to come to you, that you offer the value. And that's kind of how it starts when you start marketing in person. You need to approach it as you're doing them a favor, you're helping them with the bookings, right? You're not trying to convince them to book with you. You're not trying to tell them, oh, yeah, I get good deals. Well, I mean, we can get good deals, right? But that's not what our goal really is here. Like, for example, with my niche right now, honestly, I've really kind of dived deep all the way into adults only travel. And it's been very exciting and very fun. But one of my main cores of my niche is that I take care of it for them because they don't really like to talk about adults only travel. A lot of them are embarrassed to talk about it, right? So they come to me because I am a confident, I am an expert, and I can handle that situation. I can keep it discreet and I can just take care of it for them. So a lot of us kind of sit there and kind of develop this idea of like, oh, we're just here to get the deal. We're here to secure it. We need to get a booking. Yes, we do. But we really can't position ourselves as a salesman because that's not really what our job is. Our real job is planning that travel and taking care of the client completely. So we're going to have to build into that. Okay. That's not something that we can just position. Yes, we provide a service. You are right. So we can't just lead with that. We can't just start with, okay, all right, here it is. I'm a travel agent. That's what I do, right? We need to lead with curiosity and kind of invite them to connect into a conversation. And I'm going to teach you that now. Okay. So, starting with the first part, the simple introduction. How many of you guys can ever say that you were in person and you've been asked, what do you do for a living? Well, I'm going to pull up my chat box because I want to know. How many guys, especially now, older in our ages, I feel like that is probably one of the most common questions that we get, right? Is what do we do for a living? I feel like that is when we first meet somebody, that's the first thing we ask them, right? What do you do for a living? So I want you to stop telling people you're a travel agent. How many of us say, I'm a travel agent? I sell travel. I used to say that all the time. No, that's not what we do. I mean, it is what we do, but that's not what we do, right? Like, we need to make it sound way more fancier than that. We need to make it sound like it's actually intriguing, and we need to kind of make it sound like automatically like we're the expert, we take care of them. So, a lot of the times now, I can even start with like whatever your niche is, you can say, I'm a cruise specialist or I'm a family travel specialist. But I help people plan trips without stress. Doesn't that sound a lot better than I'm a travel agent? I used to say that a lot. That's why I'm telling you. I know a lot of us do that too. Oh, I'm a travel agent. No, I run a travel business and I handle all the details of the vacation planning. Or let's see, I specialize in adults only travel, but I can actually go in and just plan people's vacations that they actually enjoy. Doesn't that sound a lot better than I'm a travel agent? Yeah, I know. I feel like that's the part that you guys, when you first start off with I'm a travel agent, that just shuts them down. Okay. That's like a closing, like, okay, great, they sell travel. No, no, we don't want to sound like we just sell travel because that sounds like the leads just come to you and you just sell travel. No, we need to connect with them. So pull them in, kind of create that curiosity and kind of build yourself up. You have to be your own hype man here. So sounding like I help people plan trips without stress is going to make them to where they want to kind of have that conversation, right? So, taking that, then I need you to sit down and I need you to identify, we're going to qualify these people in person. You ready for this? I need you to identify your audience. Now, I'm actually teaching about lookers versus bookers. I made this up like almost 3 years ago, but lookers versus bookers typically goes down to qualifying a client, right? And I'm teaching that on Wednesday, to be exact, on my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel. But the core part of this also kind of starts in the beginning because you can kind of tell how serious somebody is when they have that conversation. So in this scenario, before we could even get them to book, we need to see how serious or interested they would even remotely be before we carry on, right? So a looker is somebody who's going to ask you general questions. They don't have timelines. They're not interested in traveling anytime soon. They might have wanted to travel in the future. They might be interested in something, okay? That's not the same as people who are bookers. Those bookers, they're somebody who probably is already traveling and they're probably looking to plan their next trip. They probably have either dates or months, they probably have destinations or even people that are interested in that. So, when I hear this, we automatically need to sit down and go, what kind of conversation are we going to have, right? That conversation really depends on how they kind of start off with us. Can you share that travel itinerary questionnaire that is in the picture? I don't have access to it. That's honestly just like AI, but I do have Hanifa on Wednesday. I'm going to give you guys I have a template for my actual inquiry form and I'll share it with you guys so you guys can have it on Wednesday, okay? When I do the actual like lookers and bookers training. But for this example, you want to kind of start and see where they kind of lead into. If there's somebody who's like really interested, okay, we need to start talking about the bookings, we need to get into their ideas, their spaces, and we'll talk about that. But I don't want you to ever push for a booking. We can always, yes, do a booking itself, right? But we need to do that connecting piece first. It's very important that we build into a connection. So if they are a booker, okay, I don't want you to still, I said, I don't want you to push into a booking. So we need to have a connecting piece. So if they're a booker, we can do, you want me to send you some ideas? I can put a couple options together, no pressure, or let me text you my information. Okay. Even in that scenario, I don't want you to say, oh, yeah, let me get you a quote real quick. That is the worst thing that you could possibly do. Okay. People buy from people that they like. Yes, that is true. And you're welcome, Hanifa. So I want to say for this reason that I don't want you to automatically just jump to the booking because you need time to actually get dates and you want to give them your best experience and your best expertise. So you just need to have a connection piece to kind of bridge that booking part. All right. Now, continuing prime opportunities for connection. So I want to share just a couple events that you guys can go to when it comes to this connection. Everyday conversations, community gatherings, school functions, professional events, anything during travel itself is a huge one. How many times have you traveled and you started talking to somebody else about traveling? I do this a lot. I even have a t-shirt that says, I get paid to travel. Ask me how. That's something I do a lot too. But during travel itself or any of these type of events. Now, I want to tell you something about this though, okay? If you go to one of these events and they have nothing related to travel, don't force yourself into it, okay? Like if there's a vendor night and you have a prime opportunity to sell travel there, great. But if it's a vendor night and it's about something completely different, I don't want you to push yourself into that space because it's not going to have good results. Family gatherings during the holidays definitely is a prime time, especially because everybody's going to start planning their travel for next year, right? And that's why I'm getting so many booking inquiries on that post I got because it's the beginning of the year. This is a perfect time to plan travel for next year. You guys can set up your plans, you can deposits. Like these are really good connecting tools too. But when it comes to these connections, you guys have to make sure that you're positioning it right. Okay. Now, One thing I also want to cover is your essential marketing toolkit. That is something that a lot of people don't really carry on them. Does anybody have like business cards or kind of tangible brochures or anything that they can really connect with people right now? Like if you were to meet somebody in person, um, what would you give them? You do. Okay. Yes, 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 I do. Mm, a digital. Okay. I do craft fairs for my vendor booths. It's the easiest and best the results. I get a lot of overhead expense. Yeah, I bet. Okay, business cards. Okay, I have business cards, flyer, not yet designing, not physical, digital. Same. Okay, Sean, I do digital too. That's okay. What I'm looking for is just something tangible to have. Professional business cards obviously are always going to be the best bet, but I get nervous sometimes when I start giving out my business cards because they're expensive. So I want to make sure they're actually going to use them. So be careful with that. If you have a tendency where you're just passing them out, and you're not getting anything back, then try the digital version. Like, feel how interested they are. If they look like they're a looker, don't give them your card. Say, hey, let's connect on Facebook. Let me add you on Facebook. That's still a connection, but it's going to keep them warm so they can constantly see you. I feel like sometimes connecting with them on social media is going to bring them closer to you than handing them a business card. Can we agree with that? Like if you're having a deep conversation with them, pull them into, hey, to come connect with me on whatever platform you're on. That right there, Courtney Palladino shared that one in her training the other day. But that one right there, that solidifies that they're going to see you again, right? Yes, yes, I agree. So your social media handle, have it visible. And then two, I like to do the notes app. Sometimes if they start telling me about a trip, I pull up my notes app on my phone so I can write the details down. But these things right here is all you really need. Okay. Now this is like everyday things. All right. Now I'm gonna get deeper into the vendors and I'm also gonna talk to you about collateral. But this stuff I would just kind of have handily available if I'm going to be going out and about. Now, personal or business page, Sean, that's really going to pertain to how you operate. I feel like lately, um, it's not easy to ask them. Oh, no, it is easy. If you're building a connection with someone, Hanifa, she said it's not easy to ask someone to join my Facebook. No, if you're building a connection with them, you can go ahead and, of course, if you have Popple, you could just give them, that connecting piece so that they can save your info. And if it's really good conversation, then pull it into, hey, let's go ahead and I'll just like add each other on Facebook. What's your name? Search them up, click the add button, let them accept you. Like that's a simple way to connect with them, right? But don't position that at first unless you've had that conversation and you could tell that they would be actually interested in booking travel. Okay. Like don't be like, hey, add me on Facebook, right? Now I get that part. So moving a little bit deeper from this, okay. But a lot of us, when it comes to the marketing, we do like to do digital. So if you guys are going to be marketing in person, and I mean like vendor booths, like collateral, things like that, you got to have something to do like tangible. Okay. Now, I have done a couple of vendor booths and I've actually done a wedding expo before. So I put in here that the things that really worked for me. Okay. When it came to actual wedding expos, I created sample packages and I put them in a binder. Like I printed them out and I got those, what are those plastic covers, right? And I put them in binders and I just did the wedding packages. And then I would show that to them when they were there, like, oh, what resort are you interested in? Oh, where do you want to go? And I broke it down by destinations and I just created a binder. And that honestly did the best. Like that got me the most kind of interest and kind of leads. And then after that, I just gave them the QR code. They put in their contact info. It sent straight to me. That was probably one of the coolest things that I did because it gave them the opportunity. And I made a couple of the binders like that, and it wasn't too expensive. It was pretty easy. You just print the papers, get the photo covers, and then a binder. You're good, right? So I think that's probably like the easiest way to do that. Now that's for weddings, but you guys can really do that for any part of it. Like, let's just say, like, what are your guys' niches? Put it in the chat for me. I'll give you examples of how you can do it with the niche. Mm. Did I tell you guys I have a really cool gift for you? I always forget to tell you guys, but I have a gift for you tonight. I have a gift of 50 ways to market in person. So if you forget anything that I'm telling you, guess what? I wrote it down. Ah. All right. So cruising, cruises, all inclusive, family vacations. Okay. But Corey, what do you do with those cruises? Do you do family travel? Do you do like Like, what do you guys do with that? So, an all-inclusive family vacations. Okay. So for that, Lycuria, you could put family trips together. Like one of those resorts, they have a universal resort with SpongeBob. You can build a package with that, right? Like any of those all-inclusive family vacations. You guys, if you're already building the package, list it there. Then if you want to put it into the binder, just put a starting price so that you can reuse it over and over and over. Okay. Don't include like flights and stuff like that. Just put I can add flights in there. Like put it like a flyer, print it out, and then put it in a binder. Boom. You love booking cruises. Okay. If you love booking cruises, then you need to put a cruise line package together, right? I do have the best gifts. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that. But if you love booking cruises, then put cruise packages together and just put starting prices or maybe show them what you can do on the cruises. Maybe highlight your favorite cruises. Like if you're already doing a mock booking, use the mock booking, put it in there, you know? Sports and music travel, then you need to highlight what sports you cover, what typical concert like concert packages that you can book. Those type of things would really kind of work for that niche. Luxury cruises, okay, kind of the same thing. Oh, okay. Accessible, disability, special needs, autism. Okay. So all of those types of like special needs area, what I would do is popular trips that people can take for like certain disabilities, right? Like this is really good for autism. This is very good for accessible wheelchair kind of like situations. And I would put that in a package, right? For luxury cruises, try to put it down to who you're going to hit. If you're trying to hit adults only, use them. If you're trying to hit families, use that, like break it down per package so then when you meet them you can go, oh yeah, this, oh, you want to go on a couples cruise, okay, look, this is what I have, right? Like you guys have to take that niche and break it down a little bit deeper and then lay it out for them. Anytime that they can actually see it and they can look at it, that's something that they're going to be interested in, because what are we doing? We're painting a picture. If we can paint a picture before we even get them to book, we're doing that, right? I want, do you guys realize that I'm telling you to do mock bookings but in person? That's what we're doing. We're literally taking a mock booking and then we're going, okay, this is what I can do for you. Like it's the same thing, right? Like that's exactly what it is. So I want you guys to understand that even what I'm teaching you guys to do online, you guys can even do it in person. Pet friendly travel. If you're going to do pet friendly travel, do like you can either do a folder too if you don't want to do a binder. Tell them the specifics of what you can do for that, how you can help them with it. Give them locations that are really good for pets. Give them the cruises. There's certain cruises that you can bring dogs on. I don't know if you know this or not, but there are. So you guys need to kind of show them every single part of your niche and put it in like a portfolio, a binder, whatever it is. Okay. But I hope that helps you guys some on that part. This really helped me close. Now, when I was doing the weddings, I was offering them a honeymoon, and also when I was doing the like the events, I would get the vouchers, and the vouchers it would that's what the honeymoon is. It was like a 3 day 2 night hotel stay or a resort stay, whatever that is. Marnie, she goes in about the vouchers, and then Marketing Boost gives us a free voucher that we can use too. But I use those in a sense to where I can go in and say, oh, book a trip, get a trip, or book a wedding, get a honeymoon kind of deal, you know? And it kind of gives them incentive to kind of come to us as well. All right. So make your expertise tangible. Now, let's talk about vendor collateral. Has anybody here ever ordered vendor collateral? It's very easy to order, and I'll talk about it, but I want you guys to kind of be easy with ordering the vendor collateral, okay? They send a lot. Like, it's a lot of stuff, right? Ron said yes. It's a lot, Ron, right? And it's a lot of just like books and stuff. So it's good. Okay, Princess Collateral and Disney too. Disney is pretty awesome. You have to order their collateral fast because they sell out so much. But Disney has some pretty cool ones. Yes, I have so much and it gets heavy, even though I'm ordering mineral. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you guys. Okay. A lot of us don't know this, but I'm going to tell you, I've ordered collateral and listen, it sat on the floor for a few because I was like, what do I do with all this stuff? Right. So when it comes to vendor collateral, just be mindful of what you're ordering and what you're actually going to give out. Okay. And along with that, make it sure it's actually pertaining to your niche. Like, don't go and order an NCL like whole entire setup if you're not going to actually, sell NCL, right? Like, make it very pertaining to your niche. Whoever said they were doing, oh, here, yeah, I think that was you doing all inclusive family vacations. Try to get vendor collateral for those niches, okay? Um, Now I'll tell you, Hanif, on the next slide. Yes, that's technically how it works, but. Mhm. It depends on the vendors. Some vendors don't always do the collateral, some of them do. But let me show you on the next slide here how to find the vendor collateral. So if you log into the vendor websites and you go to agent tools, it's normally under the marketing resources, and it normally will say like order collateral or order digital marketing. It'll have a thing in there where you guys can order it. And if you can't find it, I'm going to tell you, just call them and ask them. And you don't have to call like anybody who specifically, you don't have to call your BDM or nothing like that. Like, don't call the BDMs unless you actually seriously need something. But you guys can just call in general and ask them, and they will have somebody point you to where to go to order the collateral. They're used to that question. Okay. Every vendor's different. So I can't honestly go and show you each one, but find the collateral, see which ones, that work for you, and then get some. They're very helpful when it comes to those vendor booths. Okay. But like I said, don't curate, don't overwhelm it. Just select 1 to 2 vendors, get some offers together, and then put it out there. If you guys want to do anything else, like if you go to Amazon, sometimes they'll have it like really cheap where you guys can order just like cute stuff to put together. I've seen people do like they do the brochures, and then like the brochure, it's like either a flyer or a pamphlet or something, and then they put like candy attached to it, and then they attach their business card. I've seen that. That's a pretty cheap way to do it. I don't want you guys out here spending a tons of money on marketing collateral. Okay, they just put it in a bag and they forget about it. So make sure it's actually like something that attracts your audience, that will match you and get exactly what you want to get out across. Okay. Arrive with stack. Don't arrive with stack of random brochures. Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to say here. Please don't do that. Virgin Voyages is a green company, so they don't have brochures. You can order. You'll have to contact your BDM. Oh, okay. Good to know. Thank you, Nikki. Nikki says that you have to contact them, the BDM, for that one. Okay. So yeah, make sure that's how the process is. I just don't want to stay on a training to start contacting BDMs. Don't do that. Okay. But if that's the requirement for Virgin Voyages, absolutely. All right. Now, next part, okay. When we're leading with these, okay, I always tell you guys, make sure you don't start with the pricing. Don't give them any ideas on pricing because that's going to put you in a box. I have done that to myself before. One time somebody asked me, "Oh, how much would a family trip normally cost for Universal?" And I was like, "I don't know, like 4 or 5 grand." Why did I do that? I should have been 8, 9 grand. I don't know. Like, why did I put myself in a box, right? Don't put any kind of pricing. Don't tell them you're going to give them discounts. Kind of build that like conversation just in person. Get to the point to where you can go, yes, I can help you with your travel needs, but what are your travel needs? Ask them questions. Literally qualify them in person so you can find out exactly what they're looking for. And then focus that as to, oh, I can do that for you. I can handle that. Oh, yeah, I've done that before, right? Focus on the value and the experience that you provide. That's the call to action in person. That part right there, the connection. Look, we're going to do it just like we do online. Ready? We're leading into it. We're building curiosity. Oh, yeah. I handle vacation details. I plan amazing trips for people. Oh, you do? Okay, cool. Leading into now, what can I do for you? Here's the description. We pulled the hook. We got the description. What can I do for you? We're pulling it through, right? We're getting all of that. All right, here's what you need. This is what you're looking for. And then the call to action. We connect on a platform. We give them our business details, whatever that is. We got that call to action. And then circle it back around to, okay, I'll connect with you so I can take care of this, this, and this. Or, all right, I'll follow up with you so I can tell you more about this experience, blah, blah, blah. Like, do you guys understand that process? That's the part that we miss. That's it right there. That, especially for me too. I used to do this all the time. Like, I never had this full process. It was just always, oh, I'm a travel agent. I book travel. Okay, cool, great. What can you do for me? No, don't lead it with that. Seem interested. Try to learn more about them because they're already planning the travel. And if you can get them in a matter of a few minutes of telling them that you can do it for them, you got it. You got the first part of the booking right there. Now you have to deliver it. All right. So continuing the modern follow up. Now we're in the digital era, especially we're leading into 2026. I really would suggest using your digital tools for the follow up. Don't try to like write anything down. Don't try to just like try to keep up with it. Have them connect with you. On QR codes are going to be great because they can, just kind of screenshot it, load the information. But I really, really suggest Popple. Does everybody have Popple here? I did a whole training on Popple a while back. I love Popple. Does anybody have Popple here? No. Do you want me to show you my Popple? Do you want to see Popple? Okay, dot works. Whatever one makes your heart happy. My Popple is so cute. Hold on. Let's go. Look, see, it has the QR code. This goes into my wallet. Okay. And then this is what mine looks like. Automatically, right when it populates, it tells me to, oh, look, it's snowing. Do you guys see the snow? That's so cute. Okay. Automatically, it populates to tell them this is what they see. Okay. Tell me your email, your name, and your phone number. They can add more if they want, but this is all I need. This automatically goes to me as soon as they open it. Then I have their information. And guess what automatically normally populates on your phone? Your email, your name, and your phone number. So all they have to do is just let it auto populate connect, right? Perfect. Then it's okay. Yeah, it's telling me. Cool. All right. So here's mine. I haven't updated the background in a while. Probably will change it, but I have my full digital business card on here. I even have the seller license numbers, and in the bottom, I have Archer, IATA, Travel Leaders Network. I have the full thing on here, but it has save the contact, quote form, my website, how to become a travel professional, and then all of my links in here. Now it looks kind of silly because it's not in the setting of like your phone, but this is all it is. That's all they need. Once they have this, like once they save the contact, it literally will save this entire thing. So if I ever contact them again, it's literally going to say Ash Alpincali, founder of Travel with Ash and Passports to Profits. That's exactly what it will say. Okay. So yeah, no. So if you guys want something like that, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. Even if they try to like tell you to pay, don't pay. Okay. Now, ooh, good question. Man, I love doing this. Okay, let's go. What's the difference between Linktree and Popple? So Linktree is just going to be, it has the same kind of features, right? It has the like the links here. I think it looks a little bit prettier, to be honest with you. But what it doesn't do is automatically collect their information. That's the part that misses out, is collecting that information. So the Popple is going to be the digital side, so it saves it to them and you connect with them. But the link tree just puts all your links together. And honestly, my link tree is inside my Popple. So here we are. Let's go ahead. It's right. Oh, you know what? It's one of oh, it's right here. Connect here. That's my link tree. I don't know why it looks like that, but that's what it looks like on here. So that one is the link tree. So I still put them together, but I feel like I tried to get someone to scan my Popple and they wouldn't do it. Oh my gosh, Brittany, that's crazy. I have not had that happen. But you know what, guys? Is anybody going to the party, an Evo party that's coming up in California? If you don't have Popple, get it. Because when we meet up, that's like the main thing that you guys are like asking me. Can we connect? Can we connect? Yeah, sure. Here it is, right? Connect right here. All right. So let me close all this stuff out. Let me go back. Yay. All right. Let me come back in here. I got to move everything out of the way. Sorry. So those are the two that I really like. These are really good, just ways. Yes, the best way to connect. I agree. Right. So I feel like once we do that, okay, we are all good on the modern follow up. Now let's continue it. So let's just say in this scenario, that's what we did. So we went and we got their contact information. Now, here's the part that you guys also miss. You ready? You have to connect on social media, send a text, whatever you did to connect that within 24 hours. Don't let that connection lapse. And don't be weird about it either, okay? Just connect with them and say, oh, hey, just following up to let you know I saved your number. Let me know, further details about your trip. If you want to do a whole inquiry form, here's my information, etc. Right? But when you're there, make sure you start curating that lead. It's now a warm lead. Don't let it get cold by just stop engaging with them. Okay. Engage with their content, kind of make that connection warm, seem like you're inviting before you ever send anything to them. Okay. Don't just here's a price, here's a pro, like wait, build it up. Okay. That's what we're trying to do as travel advisors. We don't want to just sell it. So here's the process. Start the conversation, get the permission. This is the call to action. Get the permission to follow up. Okay, we carried it through, exchange the content information, and then boom. I don't know why this slide was always spelt wrong, so forgive me, but you guys get an idea. It's like it made it twice for some stupid reason. But exchange the content information, and then after that, send a timely follow up, and then begin the booking discussion. Okay. This is exactly how you want to follow this through. You don't want to sit there and just send out prices. That's going to confuse them. Okay. So that is all I really have for you guys tonight. I feel like I shared some pretty deep stuff. So I think we're good on that level. But I want to make sure I give you guys a gift too. Okay. And I want to tell you too, next month, for Market Like a Pro, I'm actually moving it to Fridays because I keep like running into where I end too early, and then I feel bad because Amy's just like sitting here like, all right, what do I do? So next month I'm gonna move it to Fridays at 5 p.m. PST, and it'll be the first and the fourth Friday, and I'm actually gonna start over. I'm gonna start with Market Like a Pro Part One, and then I'm gonna build into Part 10 again because I don't want to keep going and going and going. But yeah, no, you don't have to comment, Gift. I'm gonna give it to you. But if you happen to be watching this on a replay and you want the gift, thanks Nikki for reminding me. Make sure you comment gift on the recording, like in the chat box on my for my recording, okay? So that I know to give you the gift because I don't put the gifts, I don't list them on my YouTube. I actually have to like go in there and comment it, okay? Yeah, of course. You want me to go back to slide? You said is that what you want? Yeah, yeah. Previous page. Sure. All right. So let me go ahead real quick. Are you good, Renee? I'm going to show them the gift real quick. But marketing in person is something that I can teach you guys, but it's something that you have to do. Can we all agree? Like it's something that I can kind of on pool. What do you mean, honey? Phil, let me know. But marketing is in person. It's just something that you have to build into. You kind of have to just like get comfortable with. Okay. So what I wanted to do was for this gift is I don't have a way to kind of give you the training. I want to have a way to give you something always. So one of the most beautiful parts about the travel industry is that we always have another way to market, right? So I made a list for you. Yeah, of course, I'm going to share it in the chat. I made a list for you guys so that you're able to kind of always come back to it. So every time you run out of a way to market, I want you to come back to this one. Okay. 50 ways to market in person, and it goes all the way down. And I mean, it's got all kinds of ideas that you guys can do. Okay, keeps going. And important reminder, and where you guys can find all my trainings too. All right, so let me get this to you. There's always more ways to market. Exactly. Oh, do you want the training on Popple? Yeah, I got you. All right. So speaking of that, let me come over here now. So for the recording, let me stop recording real quick, actually.